Have you ever pondered the essence of a friendship that stretches beyond the limits of time and space, even influencing how one says farewell? The story of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy unveils a rich tapestry of humor and camaraderie, revealing a bond that went deeper than laughter. When it came time for one of them to depart, an unexpected decision emerged, raising questions about loyalty and grief. What events or feelings could have shaped such a choice? Delving into the intricacies of their relationship promises to uncover hidden truths and poignant moments that define their legendary partnership, highlighting the complexities of human emotions amid the backdrop of their unforgettable comedic legacy. Stanley Jefferson, widely known as Stan Laurel, left a remarkable legacy in the world of comedy. He was an eminent English comedian, writer, and filmmaker whose impact is still felt today. Alongside Oliver Hardy, he formed one half of the celebrated Laurel and Hardy comedy duo. Their partnership was unique, characterized by Laurel's sweet demeanor and Hardy's pompous nature, creating a perfect comic balance. Together, they produced a total of 107 short films, feature films, and cameo appearances, captivating audiences around the globe. Their brand of comedy focused on slapstick and visual gags, often underpinned by clever storytelling. Laurel's ability to convey deep emotions through his facial expressions and physical comedy drew in viewers. Each performance showcased their exceptional timing and chemistry, making them a beloved pair in the film industry. Even after their careers transitioned to sound films, they continued to innovate and entertain. The influence of Laurel and Hardy remains significant in film history. They inspired future generations of comedians and filmmakers, contributing greatly to the development of comedy as an art form. Stan Laurel's creative genius and enduring charm ensured that their legacy would not be forgotten, keeping the spirit of their comedy alive. While touring in the Netherlands and Belgium in 1912, Laurel collaborated with Ted Desmond to form the comedic duo known as the Bardo Brothers. Their unique act featured them dressed as Romans, showcasing their comic timing and physical humor. This partnership had its run until Laurel was offered a chance to join an American touring ensemble, which marked a significant step in his career. In 1910, The Palace, a local motion picture theater, opened in Millville, where Hardy found work in various roles. His fascination with film and its potential led him to relocate to Jacksonville in 1913. There, he balanced his time between singing and working at the Lubin Manufacturing Company. During this period, Laurel met and married Melina Solly, a talented pianist, further intertwining his personal and professional life. The early experiences shaped his comedic style, paving the way for his future success in the world of film. Despite Laurel's departure for America, he and Desmond maintained a lifelong bond through letters and photographs. This bond began when they first met in 1913, and continued as Laurel rose from an obscure British comic to a Hollywood luminary by the 1950s. Their extensive correspondence lasted about 5 decades, and is a testament to their enduring friendship. They exchanged personal letters, sharing insights about their lives, careers, and thoughts on comedy. Along with written communication, they often included photographs that captured moments from their reunions in the United States, celebrating their shared history and achievements. This rich collection reflected not only their friendship, but also the evolution of Laurel's career in the entertainment industry. In 2018, this significant correspondence was auctioned by Desmond's grandson, Jeffrey Nolan, providing a glimpse into the personal life of one of Hollywood's greatest comedic legends, and the lasting friendship that supported him along the way. In 1910, Laurel joined Fred Karno's troupe of performers under the stage name Stan Jefferson, marking the beginning of a significant chapter in his career. This was a pivotal time for him, as he found himself working alongside the young and emerging star Charlie Chaplin. Karno, known for his entertaining slapstick style, influenced Laurel deeply. The experience allowed him to refine his comedic talents in a vibrant environment filled with creative energy. With Chaplin's unique flair and Karno's theatrical guidance, Laurel absorbed a diverse range of techniques and comedic timing. The ethos of slapstick humor became a cornerstone of his style, as he learned to connect with the audience through exaggerated movements and relatable character quirks. Over the years, Laurel's comedic development led him to create scenes that were both imaginative and engaging. This period not only shaped his abilities, but also laid the foundation for his future successes in the world of comedy. His encounters in Karno's troupe fostered a friendship and professional bond that would go down in history as one of the greatest partnerships in comedy with Oliver Hardy. Their combined efforts would continue the legacy of humor developed during those early years, showcasing the significance of those formative experiences. Amid the excitement of World War I, Stan Laurel, a key member of the famous comedic duo Laurel and Hardy, embarked on an important journey with his fellow performer Charlie Chaplin. They were part of the Carno troupe, which toured the United States, bringing laughter and entertainment to audiences during a time of great turmoil. This experience exposed Laurel to the American culture and helped shape his comedic style, which would become beloved around the world. In June 1917, during the height of the war, Laurel took a step that many young men faced. He registered for military service. However, his journey took an unexpected turn. Because he was a resident alien, as well as his hearing impairment, he was ultimately not conscripted into the military. This situation offered him the opportunity to continue pursuing his passion for acting and comedy, laying the groundwork for his future success. His experiences during this time would later reflect the resilience and humor that defined his career. The blend of his comedic talent and the social climate of the time created a unique backdrop for his growth as a performer. In the end, Laurel's commitment to his craft would see him rise to stardom in the entertainment industry. Following the dissolution of the Carno troupe in 1914, Stan Laurel sought new opportunities in the world of comedy. He teamed up with former Carno colleagues Edgar and Ethel Hurley, forming a lively trio known as the Keystone Trio. This collaboration brought together their unique comedic styles, allowing them to create a fresh and captivating act. The name change was not merely a rebranding, but a nod to the famed Keystone Studios, which was influential in the world of silent films. With the guidance of their booking agent Gordon Bostock, the trio embarked on a series of successful performances that captivated audiences with their humor and charm. Their shows included elements of slapstick and physical comedy, which resonated with the popular tastes of the time. As they toured and gained popularity, the chemistry among the members was evident, further enhancing their appeal. However, by 1915, personal and professional differences led to the eventual separation of the group, marking the end of an exciting chapter in Laurel's early career and paving the way for his future successes in film. Subsequently, Laurel collaborated with Alice and Baldwin Cook to establish the Stan Jefferson Trio between 1916 and 1918. This trio marked the beginning of his journey in the world of entertainment, combining music and comedy in a unique act. As they performed, Laurel began to explore opportunities in the film industry, which was rapidly evolving at that time. This transition would prove to be significant for his career. Laurel rose to prominence as the co-star of Frauds and Frenzies alongside Larry Seaman in 1918. The success of this film helped pave the way for Laurel to find his distinctive style in the realm of silent comedy. Before their iconic partnership commenced, he briefly crossed paths with Oliver Hardy in the silent film The Lucky Dog. This chance meeting foreshadowed the legendary duo they would later become. Their chemistry and comedic timing would enchant audiences for years to come, leaving a lasting legacy in the film industry. Their journey highlights the evolution of comedy during a transformative era. Around this time, Stan Laurel encountered actress May Dahlberg, who suggested he adopt the stage name Laurel. This marked a significant point in his career. He faced several early setbacks, including multiple contractual disputes with Universal Studios that could have derailed his progress in the film industry. Additionally, Dahlberg's interference in his work created challenges that tested his resolve. Despite these obstacles, Laurel solidified his commitment to film, ultimately deciding to leave behind stage performances altogether. By 1924, he had fully embraced the world of cinema and was determined to succeed in this new medium. The journey was not easy, but his perseverance paid off, leading him to become a beloved figure in comedy. His transition from a struggling performer to an iconic actor shaped his legacy in the entertainment world. His choice to commit fully to film laid the groundwork for an impressive career, influencing the landscape of motion pictures for years to come. During his contract with Joe Rock, Stan Laurel shifted his focus to a full-time career in cinema. This change was greatly influenced by the involvement of his then-partner, which Rock restricted due to concerns about her possible negative impact on Laurel's professional growth. The decision made by Rock was not without reason, as Laurel was ambitious and eager to make a name for himself in the film industry. After the Carno troupe disbanded in the spring of 1914, Laurel sought to find stability and success in his new endeavors. Teaming up with Edgar Hurley and his wife Ethel, who were also former members of the Carno troupe, Laurel embarked on a new project. They formed an acting group known as the Three Cames. This decision followed the advice of their booking agent, Gordon Bostock. who suggested that rebranding themselves as the Keystone Trio would better capture the growing interest in slapstick comedy that was taking Hollywood by storm. This collaboration marked a significant turn in Laurel's career, as it laid the foundation for his future success in the film industry. During the early years of his career, Stan Laurel began portraying a character reminiscent of the beloved Charlie Chaplin. This was a time when the film industry was evolving, and comedians were breaking new ground with their unique styles. Alongside his partner, the Hurleys, Stan took on roles that evoked the charm of silent film legends like Chester Conklin and Mabel Normand. Their collaboration was a dynamic mix of comedy and heart, full of physical humor and expressive antics that resonated well with audiences. From February to October 1915, their performances captivated viewers and generated a modest following. The blend of Stan's quirky persona and the Hurleys' established comedic styles made for memorable and entertaining acts. However, as time progressed, circumstances shifted, leading to the eventual separation of Stan and the Hurleys. While their time together was brief, it set the stage for Stan's future in comedy, paving the way for the iconic roles he would create later on in his career. During the years 1916 to 1918, Stan Laurel teamed up with Alice Cook and Baldwin Cook to create the Stan Jefferson Trio. This collaboration was not just about performance. It led to many lifelong friendships that shaped his career. Just a year after starting his journey in film, Laurel landed a role alongside Larry Seaman in the movie Frauds and Frenzies. This project allowed him to display his comic talents and engage audiences with his unique style. During the same period, he had a brief but significant interaction with Oliver Hardy in the silent film short titled The Lucky Dog. This film marked one of their earliest encounters, setting the stage for the iconic partnership that would soon follow. Their chemistry was evident in this short, though it was not until later that they became one of the most famous duos in film history. Stan Laurel's early work in these years laid important groundwork for his future success in comedy, showcasing his evolving talent and the connections he made along the way. During this period, Stan Laurel encountered actress May Dahlberg, a significant moment in his life. Influenced by her, he decided to adopt the stage name Laurel. This change came about because he believed his birth name, Stan Jefferson, carried an unfortunate aspect, as it contained 13 letters. The choice of the name Laurel provided him with a fresh start in his budding career in the entertainment industry. Acting was not just a job, but a passion for him, and he sought a name that would symbolize his ambition and creativity. With this new identity, Stan Laurel embarked on a journey that transformed his life. The partnership with May Dahlberg played a crucial role in this evolution. Through her encouragement, he found a new direction that would eventually lead him to become a beloved figure in film and comedy, known for his unique style and comedic genius. The decision to change his name marked the beginning of Stan's remarkable legacy in entertainment. Offered a contract for $75 a week to star in 2 reel comedies, Stan Laurel embarked on his film career with great enthusiasm. His film debut occurred in May, marking the beginning of a journey that would eventually see him become a beloved figure in comedy. After his initial success, he soon caught the attention of Universal Pictures, which offered him a contract to further his career. Unfortunately, this promising opportunity faced challenges, as the contract was terminated when the studio underwent a reorganization. This sudden shift in circumstances could have discouraged many, but for Laurel, it served as a stepping stone rather than an ending. He navigated the ups and downs of the industry, continuously honing his craft and developing a unique comedic style. Through persistence and talent, he would eventually find his place in cinema history, forming a legendary partnership with Oliver Hardy. Laurel's journey reflects the unpredictable nature of show business and his commitment to pursuing a career in comedy against all odds, while contributing to the rich tapestry of silent and sound film. One notable film in which Dahlberg and Laurel collaborated was the 1922 parody Mud and Sand. This film marked an important point in Laurel's career. By 1924, Laurel had transitioned from stage performances to full-time film work, signing a contract with Joe Rock for a series of 12 two-reel comedies. This contract reflected not only Laurel's growing reputation in the film industry, but also the dynamics of his working relationships. Notably, the contract stipulated that Dahlberg was prohibited from appearing in any of the films. Joe Rock believed that her temperament was detrimental to Laurel's career, illustrating how personal relationships could significantly impact professional opportunities. Laurel's journey through the film industry saw him navigating various partnerships and challenges, ultimately leading to his success as a beloved comedic figure. His work during this period laid the foundation for his future collaborations, and the enduring legacy he would create in comedy. When Dahlberg began interfering with Laurel's work in 1925, it marked a turning point in his personal life and career. The complications in his relationship with Dahlberg prompted a significant offer from Rock, who offered Laurel a financial settlement along with a one-way ticket to her native Australia. Laurel accepted this offer, and it allowed her to escape the turmoil and start anew. Meanwhile, delving into the life of Oliver Hardy reveals much about the dynamic duo's impact on comedy. Hardy, known for his jovial personality and impressive physicality, formed an iconic partnership with Stan Laurel that captured the hearts of many. Their work together created timeless films filled with slapstick humor, characterized by their contrasting appearances and comedic timing. However, Hardy faced his challenges, especially during his later years, as health issues began to surface. As he navigated these difficulties, questions arose about his struggles and the secrets he carried. The bond between Laurel and Hardy not only shaped comedy, but also echoes the profound connection they had as friends and performers. This exploration uncovers the depth of their legacy, reminding us of the laughter they spread and the trials they endured throughout their careers. Oliver Hardy, born Norval Hardy on January 18, 1892, hailed from Harlem, Georgia. His upbringing was shaped by the legacy of his father Oliver, who served in the Confederate States Army during the Civil War. After the war, he took on the role of a recruiting officer. Hardy's mother, Emily Norval, had familial roots that tie back to early American history. She was the daughter of Thomas Benjamin Norval. The lineage traced back all the way to Hugh Norval of Williamsburg, Virginia, and Mary Freeman. Growing up in this environment gave Hardy a rich tapestry of heritage, which included the struggles and triumphs of his ancestors. This background would influence him as he embarked on a career in entertainment. Known for his comic genius, Hardy became one half of the famous duo Laurel and Hardy, captivating audiences with his performances. His life was marked by a blend of personal history and professional achievement that defined his legacy in comedy. The elder Hardys married in March 1890, which was Emily's second marriage and Oliver's third. In 1891, the family relocated to Madison, Georgia, where their son was born. Some accounts suggest that his birthplace was actually Covington, Georgia, which was his mother's hometown. Tragedy struck early in Hardy's life when his father passed away less than a year after his birth. This left him as the youngest of 5 siblings. Growing up in a family marked by loss, he faced challenges that shaped his childhood and likely influenced his future career. Hardy's upbringing in the South had an impact on his development, giving him experiences that would later inform his performances and character portrayals in films. The dynamics of his family formed the backdrop of his early years, setting the stage for his later successes in the entertainment world. His experiences with family and the obstacles he faced offered depth to the comedic roles he became so well known for, demonstrating how personal history can influence artistic expression. Stan Laurel faced personal tragedy early in his life when his older brother, Sam, drowned in the Avon River. This devastating event occurred despite the best efforts of his friend Oliver Hardy to save him. The loss had a profound effect on Laurel, shaping his outlook and emotional resilience. Growing up was not without its challenges for him. He struggled through his early years, leading to his enrollment in Georgia Military College in Milledgeville during the 5th grade. This environment was a significant shift for him, as he had to adapt to a more disciplined lifestyle. Later on, he attended Young Harris College in North Georgia, where he managed to complete the full semester by January 1906. However, formal education did not excite him much, and he found more passion in pursuits like music and theater. Despite the hardships, these interests began to flourish, eventually guiding him toward the entertainment industry and marking the start of his celebrated career. Growing up, his mother saw something special in him, a gift for singing that needed nurture. She made the decision to send him to Atlanta to train under the well-known teacher Adolph Dom Peterson. This was a big moment for him, stepping away from home to focus on his music. However, as he began to dive into his studies, he found himself drawn inevitably toward the bright lights of theater. With each passing day, his enthusiasm for performing grew stronger and stronger. Even as he took music lessons, his heart leaned towards the stage, pushing him to seek out chances to perform in plays and shows. This pull toward theater came at a price, as he often neglected his studies in favor of pursuing roles and performances. It became clear that while music was his foundation, the world of acting captivated him in ways he couldn't ignore. his passion took the lead, shaping his future and marking the beginning of a remarkable journey in entertainment. Hardy adopted the name Oliver Norval Hardy as a tribute to his father at a young age. His choice of stage name reflects respect and affection, common motivations among performers aiming to honor their family legacy. As he pursued his career in entertainment, Hardy became active in Freemasonry at Solomon Lodge No. 20 in Jacksonville, Florida. This organization offers friendship, support, and a sense of community. Connecting with like-minded individuals in Freemasonry helped Hardy establish a network that would be valuable in the demanding world of show business. The bonds formed through Freemasonry often provided encouragement and a sense of belonging that can be crucial for someone navigating the challenges of a performance career. Throughout his journey, the influence of his chosen name and the fellowship found in Freemasonry would both play significant roles as he advanced his craft and ultimately transformed into one half of the beloved comedy duo with Stan Laurel, leaving an indelible mark on film history. In 1915, the following year saw Hardy's cinematic debut in Outwitting Dad for the Lubin Studio, where he was billed simply as Hardy. This was a significant moment in his career, marking the start of his journey in film. Even though he was credited as Hardy in his personal life, he was affectionately known as Babe Hardy. His early work for Lubin Studio showcased his developing comedic style and provided a foundation for his future endeavors. Notably, he was often credited as Babe in later Lubin films, including Back to the Farm. This nickname reflected his charming personality and ability to connect with audiences, helping to establish his reputation in the silent film era. His transition from these early roles to becoming part of the iconic duo Laurel and Hardy is a testament to his talent and adaptability in the changing landscape of cinema. Hardy's experiences during this time laid the groundwork for the beloved comedy partnership that would later define his career, making him a cherished figure in film history. Standing at an imposing 6 feet 1 inch and weighing around 300 pounds, Stan Laurel had a significant physical presence that shaped his career in unique ways. Although he was often overlooked when compared to the towering figure of his partner, Oliver Hardy, Laurel's height and frame contributed to his ability to portray a variety of characters. Typically cast in roles where he could be the foil, his stature added a layer of complexity to their comedic dynamics. His size was not just a matter of appearance, it influenced the comedy he performed. Laurel understood how to play off Hardy's mass, creating humorous interactions that resonated with audiences. The visual contrast between the two became a hallmark of their partnership, making their skits memorable. Laurel's ability to exploit physical comedy through falls, awkward gestures, and exaggerated movements further heightened his comedic impact. Thus, his physical attributes were not merely incidental, they were integral to his style. The interplay of his form with Hardy's brought a unique charm that still resonates today. Through the years, Stan Laurel made significant contributions to the film industry, especially in the realm of comedy. By 1915, his frequent collaborator, Oliver Hardy, had already created a remarkable body of work, having amassed 50 short one-reel films at Lubin. This early experience in the film industry laid a strong foundation for Hardy's future successes. Following this period, he decided to relocate to New York City, where he began working with Pathé and Edison Studios. These opportunities allowed him to refine his craft and gain exposure in the bustling film scene of the time. After some time in New York, Hardy returned to Jacksonville, where he collaborated with the Vim Comedy Company. This collaboration was crucial, as it helped him develop his comedic style. However, his time there was cut short when he discovered payroll embezzlement within the company, which led him to depart and seek other opportunities in the evolving landscape of film. Subsequently, Stan Laurel found his way to King B Studio, where he worked with comedic stars like Billy Rouge, Billy West, and Ethel Burton Palmer. This period was significant in shaping his early career. His collaborations with Billy West were particularly noteworthy. The two shared a unique chemistry on screen, which brought a fresh energy to their comedic routines. During this time, Laurel often took on the role of the villain, a character type reminiscent of Eric Campbell's iconic portrayals. This allowed him to hone his craft and develop his timing and delivery. Laurel's villainous roles were essential in complementing West's performances, especially as West became known for his impressive impersonations of Charlie Chaplin. Their comedic interplay was a fusion of styles and approaches, showcasing Laurel's ability to adapt and excel in different roles. The comedic landscape of the early 1920s was vibrant, and Laurel's collaborations during this period helped establish his reputation as a key player in silent film comedy. This environment fostered his growth, and experimentation in humor, setting the stage for his eventual rise to greatness alongside Oliver Hardy. In 1926, something unexpected happened that changed the course of a film production. Oliver Hardy was set to star in a movie called Get 'Em Young. However, fate had other plans. An unforeseen accident led Hardy to the hospital, where he found himself recovering from severe burns caused by a scalding leg of lamb. This incident left a significant gap in the film's production schedule. Since Hardy could not fulfill his role, his partner and friend, Stan Laurel, had to take quick action. With impressive dedication, Laurel stepped up to fill the void left by Hardy's absence. Not only was he a talented actor, but he had also been working as a gagman and director at Roach Studios. This experience equipped him with the skills necessary to handle the pressure of the situation. As Laurel took on the responsibilities of directing and crafting new gags for the film, he demonstrated both his creativity and adaptability. Fans and crew members alike admired the way he managed the unforeseen challenges while keeping the spirit of the film alive. Despite their successful partnership as Laurel and Hardy, health issues weighed heavily on their lives. In May 1954, Hardy had a mild heart attack, which pushed him to prioritize his health for the first time. He shockingly lost over 150 pounds in just a few months, causing a significant change in how he appeared. This drastic transformation stemmed partly from his ongoing health struggles, including terminal cancer, as suggested in Stan's letters. That unfortunate situation led to Hardy's rapid weight loss, which became a topic of concern among their friends. In June 1955, Stan suffered a stroke, leaving him paralyzed on his left side. Compounding Hardy's troubles, he also experienced a gallbladder attack. Although he had already been advised to lose weight due to heart issues, the sudden shift from 300 pounds to almost half that created a new set of challenges. Their signature contrast as a comedy duo became blurred, with noticeable changes evident when they posed for the paparazzi in the summer of '56. Friends struggled to comprehend the shift in Hardy's looks, prompting him to isolate himself and spend time only with a small circle that included Stan and their wives. As they faced health challenges, the vibrant dynamic of their collaboration was deeply affected by personal issues. Both men were avid smokers, a habit that caught the attention of Hal Roach, who likened them to freight train smokestacks. This smoking habit marked a notable aspect of their personal lives and contributed to their public personas. Smoking was prevalent during that time, often seen as a social activity rather than a health concern. Laurel and Hardy, as a duo, enjoyed their cigarettes during breaks in filming and at social events. Over the years, this habit became almost a signature of their characters in films, further endearing them to their fans. However, the trajectory of Hardy's health took a significant downturn when he suffered a major stroke on September 14, 1956. This event rendered him bedridden and speechless for several months, drastically changing his life and career. Smoking, along with other lifestyle choices, likely contributed to his declining health. The bond between Laurel and Hardy was tested during this challenging time. Despite the hardships, their legacy continued to resonate through their humor and performances, leaving an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. Hardy's health struggles serve as a reminder of the impacts of smoking and lifestyle on overall well-being. Under the devoted care of his wife Lucille, Stan Laurel navigated a challenging recovery period. His health had been a concern for some time, but Lucille stood by him, providing the support he needed during those difficult days. However, in early August 1957, things took a drastic turn when he suffered a series of strokes that plunged him into a coma. This time, despite the unwavering care of his beloved wife, he could not regain his strength. Lucille had been his rock throughout their life together, always ensuring he had everything he needed. Sadly, after enduring the coma, Stan Laurel succumbed to cerebral thrombosis on August 7, 1957. He was 65 years old. His passing marked the end of an era for comedy, but his legacy continued to bring joy and laughter to many. The love shared between Stan and Lucille was a testament to their bond, one that endured through the trials they faced together. Following his cremation, Hardy's ashes found their final resting place in the Masonic Garden of Valhalla Memorial Park Cemetery in North Hollywood. This serene setting serves as a fitting tribute to a man who brought laughter to countless faces. Delving into the timeless connection of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy reveals a fascinating partnership that transformed the world of comedy. Laurel and Hardy, the iconic comedic duo, are celebrated for their physical humor and flawless timing, which mesmerized audiences with their captivating chemistry. Their routines blended visual gags with clever dialogue, creating moments that transcended language and cultural barriers. Yet, Laurel's absence at Hardy's funeral sparks intrigue about their relationship. Despite being inseparable on the screen, their personal bond faced challenges. Laurel's complex feelings regarding Hardy's declining health and passing left many guessing about the depth of their friendship. By exploring their early years, we can uncover the evolution of their partnership, marked by both triumphs and misunderstandings that shaped their legacy in comedy. Born into a theatrical family in England in 1890, Stan Laurel grew up surrounded by the world of performance. His early years were spent with his grandparents while his parents toured with a theater troupe. This environment sparked his interest in acting from a young age, as he was inspired by the craft that was part of his family's legacy. However, his journey was not without sorrow, as tragedy struck when his mother passed away just 2 years into his acting career. This loss profoundly affected him, but did not deter his ambitions. Seeking new opportunities, Stan decided to explore the United States, embarking on a tour in 1912. His travels eventually led him to Hollywood, where the vibrant film industry offered a platform for his talents. It was in this bustling hub that Stan honed his skills further, working alongside famous figures like Charlie Chaplin. This interaction shaped his comedic style and marked the beginning of a remarkable journey in the world of film. Oliver Hardy, born in Georgia in 1892, showed a strong talent for singing and acting from a young age. His early years were not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including the loss of his father, which affected his family deeply. Losing his elder brother added to the emotional weight he carried during his formative years. Despite these setbacks, Hardy remained determined to follow his passion for entertainment. He sought a life in the performing arts, moving to Florida as a teenager. In Florida, he balanced his work at a movie production company with local theater performances. This experience allowed Hardy to hone his craft and gain valuable knowledge about the film industry. He immersed himself in various roles, showcasing his ability to entertain and connect with audiences. Over time, this dedication led him to become one half of the legendary comedy duo known as Laurel and Hardy, where he would achieve lasting fame and leave a significant mark on film history. Both Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy faced personal challenges on their journey to success in the film industry. Each had to work through hardships that shaped their careers and lives. Stan's big break came when he landed his first film role at just 22 years old. This marked the beginning of his career, leading to many opportunities where he often portrayed comedic characters that would become beloved by audiences. He frequently took on roles that either made him the villain or provided laughter and light-hearted moments. On the other hand, Hardy, who had a different path, submitted his talent to over 200 silent movie shorts. This extensive experience helped him develop his own style, and eventually led him to the collaboration with Laurel that would define their partnership. Together, they created comedy that resonated with viewers across generations, demonstrating how overcoming personal struggles can lead to creative triumphs. While their unique roles contributed to a legacy in the film industry that still influences comedians today, Hal Roach played a key role in bringing Stan Laurel into the world of film comedy. As a former movie external producer, Roach had a keen eye for talent and was determined to cultivate a roster of comedic stars. He recognized talent when he saw it, and Stan Laurel's unique act caught his attention. Along with Al Gilbert, his co-director, Roach orchestrated the crucial audition that would change Laurel's life. This moment marked a significant turning point for Laurel, who had spent years in the demanding realm of nighttime performances. Transitioning to Roach's studio offered him a chance to leave behind the grind of live shows and embrace the exciting world of cinema. It was a golden opportunity for Laurel to showcase his comedic brilliance on the silver screen, where his distinct style and charm could reach a wider audience. The partnership between Roach and Laurel blossomed, setting the stage for memorable performances that would leave a lasting legacy in the world of comedy, forever shaping the genre itself. Despite his comedic brilliance and improvisational skills, not every collaboration in Stan Laurel's career was smooth. One particular instance involved a chaotic chase scene with fellow actor Larry Seaman, which turned into a frustrating experience for Laurel. As the scene unraveled, misunderstandings and differing styles became clear. Laurel, known for his careful attention to timing and detail in comedy, found himself at odds with Seaman, whose approach differed significantly. This clash highlighted the challenges of working with different comedic minds. The chaotic nature of the scene led to tension, prompting Laurel to reconsider his future collaborations. With his sensitivity to comic rhythm and his belief in the importance of synergy, Such experiences shaped his perspective on teamwork. The incident served as a reminder that even the most talented comedians could face difficulties in their creative partnerships. Laurel's journey through these challenges added depth to his career, showcasing the intricacies of collaboration and the unpredictable nature of comedy, setting the stage for his legendary status in film history. While Stan Laurel faced numerous ups and downs in his early career, a stroke of luck led him to a pivotal moment in his life with Lucky Dog. This film not only marked a significant milestone in his journey, but also set the stage for the remarkable bond he would form with Oliver Hardy. Laurel had developed his unique comedic style while performing on the Pantages circuit, where he was able to captivate audiences with his expressive antics and charm. It was during this time that fate intervened, bringing him together with Hardy, whose own path to stardom was filled with twists and turns. Hardy had a background in vaudeville and had tried several acting roles before their partnership emerged. Together, they forged a dynamic duo, combining Laurel's nimbleness and timing with Hardy's larger-than-life presence. Their chemistry created timeless comedy that would entertain generations, proving that sometimes luck, talent, and timing can indeed lead to greatness. Hardy was establishing his niche as a versatile actor, mastering both the role of the heavy and the comic relief. His skill in balancing these contrasting roles truly set him apart in the entertainment industry. The opportunity to work alongside Theda Bara, known as a leading lady at Fox Studios, offered him a chance to shine in a two-reeler. This collaboration allowed Hardy to showcase his range and talent in a compelling narrative, proving he could deliver both drama and humor seamlessly. His performances often captivated audiences, drawing them into the stories he was part of. Hardy's ability to navigate different character types made him a cherished figure in cinema, and his comedic timing brought a distinct charm that resonated during his time. The dynamic he shared with his fellow actors, particularly with well-known stars like Theda Bara, served to enhance his reputation and provided a platform for his creativity. Throughout his career, Hardy's versatility became a hallmark of his legacy, influencing future generations of actors while captivating viewers. With contracts inked and destinies intertwined, Stan Laurel and Babe Hardy embarked on separate yet parallel paths in the world of comedy. Though they were unaware that their journeys would soon converge, their future was set to be filled with laughter and joy. Stan, known for his charming presence and physical comedy, was destined to change the landscape of entertainment alongside Babe. Yet, amidst the laughter and applause that would soon surround them, Stan faced a personal hurdle that threatened to overshadow his career. His relationship with his wife, May Charlotte Dolberg, became increasingly strained. The roots of their romance stretched back to Pennsylvania, where Stan had fallen head over heels for one of the Hayden sisters. May and Stan eventually came together, forming a musical duo that captivated audiences. As they embarked on life as common-law spouses, the pressures of show business began to take a toll. Disagreements arose, and the pressure of life in the spotlight tested their bond. This personal struggle contrasted sharply with the comedic genius that Stan was beginning to exhibit in his professional life, setting the stage for a story of resilience and creativity in both his personal and professional spheres. Despite the success Stan Laurel found in his career, the pressures of fame took a toll on his personal relationships, particularly with his romantic partner. As Stan rose to popularity, the strains in his relationship became evident, overshadowing his comedic achievements. The dynamics of the entertainment world often add stress, affecting both personal and professional lives. In the midst of this turmoil, Charlotte Dahlberg entered the scene, seeking to play Stan's leading lady in films produced by Joe Rock. Her determination to land the role sparked significant tension between her and Rock. Charlotte's tall stature did not align with Rock's vision for the character, leading to a clash of interests that intensified the conflict between them. The situation created complications for Stan, who had to navigate the pressures from both his partner and the producer. This conflict not only affected the production process but also strained Stan's relationships and showcased the complexities that arise in the lives of those in the spotlight. As romance sometimes faces challenges, Stan and May found themselves in a difficult situation due to their differing dreams and goals. May had a desire to return to vaudeville, the vibrant theatrical world full of live performances and energy that she loved so much. On the other hand, Stan's heart was firmly rooted in Hollywood, where he had started to build his career in films. This clash of aspirations began to weigh heavily on their relationship. Stan's usually sunny outlook started to fade, replaced by a sour mood that affected his work. Those around him noticed the change. His laughter and joy diminished as the strain took its toll. The couple tried to find common ground, but their priorities remained in conflict. Eventually, this emotional tension reached a breaking point. In 1925, a man named Joe Rock played a crucial role in facilitating May's journey back to Australia, marking the end of their romance. The separation was profound for both, as they had shared many creative and personal moments. Life moved forward, but the echoes of their past lingered. Through a series of events in his life, Stan Laurel experienced a moment of liberation when he broke free from the chains of obligation that had held him back. This severing of ties, which might have appeared to be a setback at first, ultimately brought him a sense of serenity. Many believed that such a drastic change could derail a career, but for Stan, it was quite the opposite. His professional life took a promising turn. The Stan Laurel comedies, which showcased his unique talent and comedic timing, began to gain popularity. These performances caught the attention of the film industry, leading to significant opportunities. Eventually, Hal Roach, a prominent figure in cinema at the time, recognized Stan's potential and invited him back to participate in new film projects. This invitation marked a turning point in Stan's career, reinforcing that sometimes moments of change can lead to unexpected and fruitful paths ahead. The collaboration with Roach paved the way for Stan to create some of the most memorable comedic works in film history, enabling him to truly shine. Then a few years later in 1926, Stan found himself in esteemed company as a member of Roach's Comedy All-Stars, alongside the incomparable Oliver Hardy. This partnership became one of the most iconic duos in film history. The chemistry between Stan and Oliver was unmistakable, creating a blend of humor that appealed to audiences worldwide. Under Roach's direction, Stan not only acted, but also ventured into the realm of writing and directing. This move showcased his multifaceted talents, proving that he was not just a performer, but also a creative force behind the scenes. His work included crafting sketches and refining comedic routines that perfectly complemented Hardy's larger-than-life persona. Their performances often involved a mix of slapstick and clever dialogue, drawing laughter from various demographics. Through their films, they became exemplars of physical comedy, influencing generations of comedians. Their unique style and enduring friendship left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment, ensuring that their legacy would be cherished for years to come. Unexpectedly, Stan Laurel found himself stepping into the role of understudy for Oliver Hardy. This twist of fate occurred while filming Get 'Em Young, when Babe Hardy suffered an unfortunate accident, burning himself while cooking lamb. This incident left the production in need of a replacement for Hardy's character, a timid butler. Stan, known primarily for his comedic genius, took on the role reluctantly, understanding the significance of filling in for his longtime partner. This moment marked a reunion of the legendary duo, as they had worked together in various projects under the Hal Roach production banner. Despite the unexpected circumstances, Laurel's acceptance of the understudy role showcased his dedication to the craft and his unwavering support for Hardy. The chemistry between Laurel and Hardy was a major draw for audiences, and even in this unique situation, their comedic timing shone through, providing a delightful experience for fans. Their ability to adapt and thrive under pressure only cemented their legacy as iconic figures in film history. From this experience, Laurel learned the importance of versatility, highlighting a lesser-known facet of his career that contributed to the duo's enduring appeal. Although their reunion was a joyous one, and the beginning of something great, Stan Laurel's personal life was yet again in turmoil around this time. Stan tied the knot with American actress Lois Nealon on August 23, 1926. Just a year later, they welcomed a daughter named Lois on December 10, 1927, and they appeared content in their new family life. However, tragedy struck when their son, Stanley Robert, was born prematurely and sickly on May 7, 1930. With a low chance of survival, the family faced overwhelming worry and uncertainty. Sadly, Stanley passed away just 9 days later, leading to deep anguish for Stan and Lois. The couple struggled with their loss, and it cast a shadow over their relationship and personal happiness for a prolonged period. Their joy diminished as they coped with grief, which lingered in both their hearts. It was a heavy burden that would impact Stan's spirit and his work for some time as he fought through the pain of losing a child. Then, in late 1927, Stan Laurel, along with his comedic partner Oliver Hardy, became the stars of a new series of films produced by Hal Roach. The first of these films was titled Let George Do It, which was followed by The Battle of the Century. Both films found success at the box office, much to the delight of exhibitors who appreciated the laughter and entertainment these two created. However, the Battle of the Century truly stood out as a comedic masterpiece. It featured an unforgettable showdown that involved an outrageous pie fight, delivering humor unlike anything seen before. As the pies flew and the slaps and giggles filled the screen, audiences were entranced by the timing and physical comedy that both Laurel and Hardy brought to their performances. This was a signature of their style, combining clever gags with unique character portrayals. Their partnership blossomed during this period, setting the stage for many more unforgettable comedies. The success of these films solidified their place in film history as icons of comedy. Hardy often took on the role of the straight man in their routines, allowing Laurel's quirky character to shine brightly. This dynamic created a beautiful contrast of personalities. As Stan performed his silly antics, Oliver would react with exaggerated expressions of confusion or frustration, enhancing the humor of the situation. Their physical comedy was a hallmark of their partnership, with Laurel's slapstick routines being met by Hardy's deadpan delivery. Every twist and turn in their performances was timed perfectly, showcasing their understanding of comedic timing. The way they played off each other made their scenes lively and enjoyable. Each appearance brought laughter, as audiences watched Hardy's stoic reactions to Laurel's absurdity. This chemistry made their films timeless classics, where the interplay of their characters became a blueprint for many future comedy duos. Through this collaboration, they mastered the art of visual storytelling, showing that sometimes less is more when it comes to comedy. Their unique comedic dynamics crafted moments that still resonate with fans today, proving that true talent shines in collaboration. In their routines, it wasn't just the actions that were well planned. The attire played a significant role as well. The bowler hats became iconic elements of their comedic style, especially with Stan Laurel, who believed that bowler hats were synonymous with comedy. This belief was widely shared among many comedians of his time, including the legendary Charlie Chaplin. These hats added an extra layer of humor to their performances, enhancing their characters and making their antics even funnier. The tradition of wearing bowler hats was not merely about fashion, but about creating a distinct look that viewers recognized and associated with laughter. As Laurel and Hardy performed, their bowler hats often served as props that highlighted their misunderstandings and physical comedy. The way they handled these hats, whether tossing them in frustration or adjusting them nervously, amplified the comedic moments. This attention to their appearance, especially the bowler hat, solidified their status as comedy icons whose style influenced future generations. In their comedy routines, Laurel and Hardy had a remarkable ability to wear quirky outfits that elicited laughter from audiences. These two celebrated comedians often chose eccentric clothing, from oversized coats to mismatched shoes, which added to the silliness of their performances. Moreover, despite the outrageous attire, they always maintained their signature style, particularly the stand-up collars and iconic bowler hats that became closely associated with them. The sharp contrast between the ridiculous nature of their costumes and the charm they exuded created a unique blend of humor that captivated viewers. It was as if they recognized that, while they appeared goofy, there was a certain endearing quality to their presentation. This combination of visual comedy and well-timed antics made Laurel and Hardy memorable figures in the world of entertainment. Their distinctive looks emphasized the absurdity of their situations and allowed them to connect with audiences on a deeper level, proving that a good laugh could come from the most unexpected places. By emphasizing the contrast between seriousness and cluelessness, Stan Laurel developed a unique comedic theory that shaped the iconic routines he performed with Oliver Hardy. Laurel believed that true humor often emerged from someone trying hard to appear sophisticated while being utterly out of their depth. This idea fueled their dynamic on screen, where Laurel's persona shone brightly. He adopted a simple makeup style that downplayed his features, ensuring his eyes appeared smaller, thus creating a blank stare that highlighted his character's obliviousness. This choice magnified the comedic tension between him and Hardy. In stark contrast, Hardy's appearance featured a more elaborate hairstyle, meticulously styled with split curl bangs. This look was intentional, as Hardy aimed to project a sense of dignity and authority. The combination of each actor's persona created a delightful imbalance, drawing laughter from audiences who recognized the absurdity in their interactions. The interplay of Laurel's childlike simplicity and Hardy's faux sophistication set the stage for countless memorable moments, reinforcing the timeless appeal of their comedy. which relies on the subtle art of looking serious while being decidedly ridiculous. When it comes to hair shenanigans, Stan Laurel was no stranger to wild ideas. Back in 1927, he decided to take a bold step for a movie role by shaving his head into a crew cut. This decision marked the beginning of a funny chapter in his life. After the shave, as time went on, his hair grew back in a messy and untamed state. The hair did not fall in place as he might have hoped, creating a disheveled look that was both unexpected and hilarious. Stan found humor in his hair situation, and rather than trying to hide it, he embraced this new quirk. He would tousle his hair in a goofy manner, making it a signature part of his act. This playful interaction with his hair had audiences in stitches, adding a layer of charm to his already beloved comedic persona. Stan's ability to turn a mishap into comedy illustrated his natural talent for making the ordinary extraordinary through humor. It became a memorable element of his performances. While exploring the origins of the character Ollie Hardy, it becomes evident that an intriguing inspiration played a role in shaping his personality. The character found inspiration in a cartoon figure named Helpful Henry, whom Hardy encountered during his childhood. Helpful Henry was depicted as a large, fussy fellow, whose intentions always leaned towards being helpful, yet his efforts often resulted in comical mishaps. This combination of charm and chaos mirrors the antics found in the scenes of Laurel and Hardy. Their routine, filled with exaggerated mannerisms and frequent goofing around, conveys a delightful sense of innocence that resonates with audiences. Notably, the duo appears blissfully unaware of the complexities of the world around them, contributing to their universal appeal. The captivating dynamic between Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy, rooted in this playful obliviousness, allowed them to create timeless moments of humor. Consequently, the duo captured the hearts of many, solidifying their status as cherished stars in the entertainment industry. At the height of their careers, the iconic duo of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. This partnership began in the late 1920s, when they officially came together to form one of the most beloved comedic teams in film history. Stan, with his slender frame and melancholic expressions, was the creative genius behind their hilarious antics. He often devised the plots that led them into mischief, while his partner, Oliver Hardy, provided the perfect counterbalance with his rotund figure and charismatic delivery. Hardy's double takes and withering glares added a unique flair to their performances, making their chemistry undeniable. They churned out a remarkable array of silent film shorts that set the stage for their success. Among their classic works, Duck Soup stood out, showcasing their comedic timing and physical humor. As they transitioned into the era of sound films around 1929, they didn't miss a beat, maintaining their popularity and adapting to the new format with ease. By the mid-1930s, they ventured into feature-length talkies, further solidifying their status in film history. Their ability to navigate the shift from silent to sound not only demonstrated their talent, but also made them the only silent comedy stars who thrived in the new talking era, achieving lasting recognition and love from audiences. "What are you doing with that cushion?" "Well, I keep on bumping my head." This line reflects one of the most iconic scenes in film history, where the duo is seen hauling a piano up a staircase in the music box, a performance that earned Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy an Oscar in 1932. Their work resonated deeply during the Great Depression, a time when many people sought escape from their troubles through laughter. The characters they portrayed were often destitute individuals grappling with life's challenges, trying to do the right thing but getting caught in misadventures. This element of relatability at a time of widespread hardship transformed their perceived failures into comedic gold. They were not just clowns engaging in silly antics. They represented the everyman, struggling through a world that felt increasingly chaotic. As Hardy once put it, their charm lay in being lovable caricatures of the average person, stumbling through life's absurdities with an innocence and cluelessness that audiences found both comforting and endearing. Their ability to connect with viewers on a human level made them cherished stars, bringing lightheartedness to a generation in need of joy. As time moved forward, the decline of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy became apparent. Their beloved comedic partnership faced significant challenges as they aged. While they once filled theaters with laughter, their health began to fail them. In the late 1930s, around 1940, the landscape of comedy changed, and short films, once a staple, began to lose their appeal. Talks of a feud between the two greats circulated, but these were simply rumors. Their separate agreements with Hal Roach did not require them to perform together, leading to misunderstandings among fans. Stan's contract ended in 1939, and Hardy tried to carry on with a project called Zenobia, partnering with comedian Harry Langdon. Unfortunately, without Stan, the film lacked charm and humor, showing that their synergy was irreplaceable. They were indeed like two peas in a pod, inseparable, and dependent on each other for success. The charm of their partnership faded as circumstances shifted, an echo of their earlier comedic brilliance fading into the distance. The end of an era was in sight. Fortunately, the duo of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy did not remain solo for long after the split from their previous management in 1940. This change allowed them the freedom to explore new creative paths. They decided to establish their own company, Laurel and Hardy Feature Productions, which would give them more control over their work. In addition to filming new projects, they considered reviving Victor Herbert's musical, The Red Mill. Alongside this idea, the pair also engaged in a venture called the Laurel and Hardy Revue, a large stage show that took them across various locations. They toured extensively, performing in regions ranging from the Midwest to the Caribbean, including major cities like Chicago and Detroit. The revue garnered significant success, capturing the audience's attention and overshadowing their plans for the musical revival. Unfortunately, their triumph was temporarily interrupted when Hardy fell ill with laryngitis, which thwarted their tour plans in Boston. After that, they signed agreements with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and 20th Century Fox in 1941. However, this is where things started to get complicated. Both studios aimed to reshape Laurel and Hardy, hoping to strip away all the familiar quirks and lovable goofiness fans adored. This transformation turned the duo into mere shadows of their former selves. Audiences, who cherished the unique charm of Laurel and Hardy, were not pleased with these changes. The shift in direction marked the beginning of the decline in their film careers. When creativity gets stifled, the results often lead to conflicts, and that is exactly what happened in this case. Despite their success, the duo, particularly Stan, found themselves unhappy during this challenging period. Faced with these pressures, they recognized their options were limited and decided they had no choice but to exit the situation. The longing for their original style and the joy it brought both them and their fans highlighted a critical moment in their story. Amid the challenges, both actors showed incredible resilience while filming Utopia in 1950. Hardy's health significantly declined due to his weight, causing serious concerns. At the same time, Laurel faced worsening diabetes linked to prostate and celiac issues. Despite grappling with these grim health setbacks, they continued with their tours, embodying the spirit of true performers. This dedication came at a cost, straining their bodies and minds. As they pushed through, tensions arose between the two lifelong friends. The underlying issue was not a lack of affection, but rather exhaustion from their relentless schedule. They were both experiencing the effects of aging and declining health, which made their bond a bit frayed. Nevertheless, their self-deprecating humor remained intact, allowing them to connect with audiences who adored them. Though their material was running thin, their commitment to entertaining fans never wavered, showcasing the depth of their passion for performance that defined their legacy. Their British tours during the late 40s and early 50s were significant for both Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. These tours came at a time when people were still recovering from the effects of World War II. The post-war shortages and hardships affected many lives, and the laughter they brought served as a much-needed escape, similar to how their humor helped during the Great Depression. Audiences found joy in their performances, which provided relief amid difficult circumstances. Despite the popularity they enjoyed, it is interesting to note that they were not making substantial money from their fame. They did not own the rights to their films, which meant they missed out on profits from reruns. Television brought their work back into homes, but they received little financial benefit from it. While they accepted that aspect, they were troubled by being featured heavily in advertisements that they never agreed to. Their names appeared on various products, ranging from floor wax to deodorant, which did not sit well with them. Coming off this whole advertising incident, Hal Roach Jr. approached the duo with a grand idea to bring back their old glory days. He suggested making 4-hour-long television features, allowing Stan Laurel and his partner complete creative control over the projects. Excitement filled the air as they reminisced about their past successes, envisioning how their unique comedic style could capture the hearts of a new generation through television. They were eager to get started, feeling like they could reclaim the magic they once had on film. However, just before they could begin shooting, disaster struck. Stan suffered a stroke, throwing their plans into uncertainty and causing concern for his health. and the future of their collaboration. The duo had once brought laughter to millions, and now they faced a personal challenge that affected not only their aspirations but also their friendship. With this setback, the dream of revitalizing their old act became a distant hope as they navigated through difficult times together, holding on to the memories of their shared journey. On September 14, 1956, Stan Laurel, known for his iconic partnership with Oliver Hardy, suffered a massive stroke. The stroke left him paralyzed and unable to speak. His health rapidly declined, and simple tasks like watching television or reading the newspaper became impossible for him, as he could no longer retain any information. During this difficult period, Stan's wife, Mistress Hardy, and a dedicated team of nurses took care of him tirelessly, ensuring his well-being despite the bleak prognosis. Recovery seemed out of reach, and the toll on Stan was clear as he faced a life with limited abilities and communication. Almost a year later, on August 7, 1957, the world lost Oliver Norval Hardy at the age of 65. His death deeply affected Stan, who had always viewed Oliver as more than a colleague. He was like a brother to him. The emotional bond between the two was so strong that Stan's reaction to Hardy's death was a clear sign of the profound connection they shared. Stan was devastated, and the grief overwhelmed him, leading to a mental breakdown. It was a loss that Stan struggled to cope with, as their partnership had been a source of joy and strength throughout their careers. However, despite the deep sorrow he felt, Stan Laurel did not attend Oliver Hardy's funeral. This decision has puzzled many, given the closeness they shared. It remains unclear why Stan chose not to be there, as the pain of Hardy's death seemed to affect him profoundly. Some speculate that the stroke and its aftermath left Stan in such a fragile state that attending the funeral may have been too much for him physically and emotionally. Others believe the grief was so overwhelming that he simply couldn't face it, even though the bond between them was undeniable. Whatever the reason, Stan Laurel's life was marked by the indelible loss of his dear friend and partner, and it left a lasting impact on him until the end of his days. Upon hearing about the death of his best friend, Stan Laurel felt an overwhelming wave of sadness. The bond he shared with Oliver Hardy was unique, marked by a deep friendship that never wavered over the years they worked together. Despite their comical on-screen arguments, they never quarreled off camera. This was a relationship where the roles reversed. Hardy often teased Stan about getting them into trouble, yet it was all in good fun. When Hardy passed away, Stan could not bring himself to attend the funeral. The grief was too much for him to bear. He grew extremely sick with sorrow, feeling that attending would only deepen his pain. Stan believed that Hardy would understand his absence, as their friendship operated on a level of understanding that transcended words. In the wake of Hardy's death, Stan chose to step back from acting entirely. He refused offers to perform in films, feeling that, without Hardy, the joy was gone from his craft. He interacted with fans, but he found no pleasure in acting again, wanting to honor the legacy of their profound friendship. Following the passing of Oliver Hardy, Stan Laurel faced a period of solitude during his final years. His health began to decline significantly, an evident struggle that became particularly apparent in 1961. This was the year that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences decided to honor Stan with an Oscar, recognizing his immense contributions to comedy and film. Although he truly deserved this accolade, Stan was unable to attend the awards ceremony due to his serious illness. In a touching moment, young comic Danny Kaye, someone Stan admired greatly, accepted the award on his behalf. Stan felt immense joy at receiving the Oscar, a validation of his life's work, but that happiness was tinged with profound sadness. He couldn't shake the feeling of loss in the absence of his longtime partner, Hardy, at such an important occasion. The bittersweet nature of the moment highlighted how profoundly their partnership had impacted his life and career, marking a poignant chapter in Stan's story, filled with both honor and grief as he navigated his final years. Despite the loss of his cherished friend, Stan Laurel found ways to embrace humor, even in the darkest moments. His comedic spirit remained vibrant as he developed funny gags that provided him a sense of amusement, serving as his coping mechanism for the grief he felt after Hardy's death. Stan poured his creativity into comedy, ensuring that laughter remained a central part of his life. He faced his own health challenges, including diabetes and eye troubles, yet remarkably maintained a relatively stable condition. This resilience allowed him to navigate through a multitude of obstacles with a light-hearted outlook. However, on February 23, 1965, at the age of 74, Stan's heart succumbed to the strains of time. Even during his final moments, his humor shone through. He famously remarked that if anyone shed tears at his funeral, he would never speak to them again. This illustrates the essence of his personality. Humor was not just a profession for him, but a vital part of his identity, allowing him to confront life's challenges head-on. Stan Laurel's legacy as a comedic genius lives on, reminding us of the power of